Ah la la. Well, I don't know. Well, it's up to you, right? You do you. I will do me, and God will bless America. But hey, before anything else, guys, drop me a nice like. Click that like button. Drop me a nice comment, okay? And also don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to make it to 5,000 subscribers. Okay, you guys already know the drill. Come on, it's not that hard. Anyways, what's up, guys? Welcome. Welcome back to my channel. Before we proceed, please understand that this, my friends, is not financial advice. You are more than free to do whatever you like with your money. And so am I. And that being said, let's grab a sip of coffee from my Casper Maxi mug. Yeah, everything, guys, definitely everything tastes better with Casper. Today we're about to do the same thing we do every day. First, yeah. Yeah. I tried to warn you, right? But oh well, first we're gonna look at the market performance for the past 24 hours. Right after that, we'll check out prices in details, and after we're done with that, we will check on our scalping positions. Are we buying Lambos yet? But guys, the funniest thing happens is when you start telling people, okay, I know I'm not your financial advisor, I know that. But sometimes when somebody tells you something, I think it's up to you to go and try to, okay? Go and try to verify. Try to see if whatever that person is talking about, if it is true or not. Or not even if it is true. Try to see how is it going to affect you. Okay? How are things going to play out? Assuming that person was right. How are things going to play out for you? That's what you have to think. But everybody and their grandmama, sometimes they just look at it, and unfortunately society behaves like sheep. All right, nobody bothers to check, nobody bothers to double or contrast, or however you people say it, but they start making fun and ridicule out of you. That's what happened. On this channel, I've been talking about generational wealth. Okay, I've been talking about the way I see things going. Okay, I don't say you should also see, or you have to see the way I see it. No, but I want you to go and do your research. On this channel, I've been telling you, now more than ever, okay, more than ever, you are supposed to start looking. You are supposed to start packing. You are supposed to start accumulating what, in your opinion, will make those generational wealth get transitioned to you. I've told you here, for me, those things are so simple. I don't even need to go far. Okay, King Casper, Quant, Jasmine, and then don't forget cash. Don't forget it. But everybody and their grandmama keeps saying like no, you have to start getting things like gold, maybe silver, maybe this and that. And I keep saying, no, my friends, it is not where you want to lean when things are this hot. It is not where you want to lean. So far, the financial system is changing. We are going from the normal paper money, the way we know it, okay, to something way how do I say it? Something more efficient. The financial system always goes from an antique way of doing things to more efficient ways. I'll give you an example here. You remember we started with trade by barter, right? I have one goat, which equals to 12 chickens. You have to hassle. People had to move the chicken, the goats, everything to the marketplace until somebody had the genius idea. You know what? Instead of me packing all the goats and whatever, you know what? How about this? 1 ounce of gold equals to 20 chickens. We measure the gold, And you bring the chicken, and you come to my farm and take the chicken. It's that simple. And then somebody figure out, you know what, it is a good thing to trade like that, but wouldn't it be better, instead of me carrying heavy gold everywhere, wouldn't it be better to have papers out IOU? You go to the bank, you deposit your gold, and the bank give you a paper saying, I own this much gold. And when you go to the market, all you have to do is, like, you know what, give this paper to somebody saying, okay, I'm authorizing you to get 1 ounce of gold from my stash in the bank. Somebody figured that out, and that's how trade by barter ended. Until somebody came out again and figured out, you know what, gold is not the right way to do this. How about we just keep gold over there, store of value, and then we start doing IOU to IOU. See, it changes. Now, more efficiently, we have blockchain. Blockchain, which is more efficient than traditional banking, right? We do have instant payments. No more, have to wait for this bank to do this, and then the bank in Switzerland, and then the bank in my grandma's backyard. And before you know it, now you have to call Uncle T to verify things. No, it's no longer that way. It's now going to be instant right away. I mean, if I want to send money to Spain, 2 seconds and it's there. I don't have to sit over here and go jump through all these hoops and things like that. That's what's happening to the financial system. And on top of that, we are having a way of life in which is also evolving. Remember, people used to work in the farms before, right? Go to the farm, manual labor and all that stuff, until some genius came along and invented the tractor. Tractor ended farm life. I mean, not that it ended it, it made it more efficient, but a lot of people lost their job, because what 10 people used to do, now a single tractor did it. You see? So that was making things way better. Now we are going to the same example. We are going with AI. Okay, like I told you here, AI is not going to take everybody's job. If you're a skilled person, just the way I am, I'm a process engineering. You guys already know this, which I go to the plant and I work with my hands, because there are some things that AI is not going to do for you when you're in a refinery or a gas plant or something like that. If you do have skills which requires your hands to work, my friend, you are safe. But life is getting better because AI is coming out. Things like software engineering, things like computer organizing and all that stuff is coming. And once this happens, yeah, just like the tractor, a bunch of people are going to lose their jobs. But that shouldn't be your problem. Your problem should be, where are you going to get this, what we call it, generational wealth? When you look at it, everybody and their grandmama is kind of not even paying attention to the real thing. Everybody's busy over there trying to look at price, trying to chase the way this and that is going, right? But instead, they miss the right opportunity. People miss it. Now, if you ask for my humble opinion, okay, I will tell you this. 1, pay attention to macroeconomy. I've been saying it here, and I've been saying it over and over again. Nobody pays attention. On the one eye, you're paying attention to macroeconomy, and on the other side, you accumulate those coins that we're talking about here. King Casper, Quant, Jasmine, and hold your cash. Okay? Now, Casper, development is happening. We have Igra Lab that just went live with the mainnet. It's still closed. It's still not public yet. It's still closed. But everything is being hammered and ironed out, okay? Sooner, you are going to get stable coins added to the ecosystem. Native, not wrapped one, nothing like that. Native stable coins, USDC, USDT, onto the thing. And we already know what happens to an ecosystem when you add stable coins to it. Okay, now you start also thinking about that. You go to the coin that on May 5th, like we said here, 1,001 times, May 5th, we have the Covenant hard fork, which means native asset will now be built on Casper. The VPROX go live. I told you, it's also going to take 3 years. It's going to happen. And what does that mean is that now Casper will have the same building capabilities, just like the dying one, Ethereum, just like Crashilandia. which y'all call Solana, just like Hackylandia, Casper will now get into the scene as a chain which you can build on. Native assets. The most important part of it is not even the building part. The most important part of it is that migration. You are about to start seeing things migrate from whatever chain they are onto Casper. That's what you're about to see. There is a meme coins that are talking about migrating from whatever chain they are onto Casper because it's more efficient, it's cheaper, and people can transact even better. The hype is going to be even higher than you think. Now, you sit there and you talk to people saying, accumulate Casper. Listen, if your goal is just long term, you need 10,000 Caspers. You do not need 1 million. You do not need, no, 10,000 Caspers. That's what you need, because this thing, my friend, is going to go past $10 like hot knife in butter. It's going to happen. I know it sounds crazy. I know most people don't even think about it that way. But if you look at history of all these assets, where did Bitcoin start? You remember? How do you think somebody was able to pay for a pizza with 30,000 Bitcoin? Because it was less than a cent. Right? It was less than a cent. It was useless. The same thing with Ethereum. How do you think the dying one, people have bags of 200,000, 400,000, 1 million of them? They accumulated when it was very low. When everybody and their grandmama was calling it the knockoff version of Bitcoin. Right? Even right now, there is an asset nobody's talking about, Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash has outperformed Bitcoin all the time, right? But yet, people are not looking at it. Nobody's paying attention because, again, it is just the price. But when you look at Casper and you start seeing exactly what's going on, even with the AI, because the other day I made a video about it, and I told you guys on my X account, and I said, if you add Casper plus AI, it equals to millionaires. That's what's going to happen. Because right now, imagine that transaction volume. Right now, transaction volume is just like what? 10 million, 9 million? Imagine when Casper starts to get a $50 billion transaction volume in a 24 hours. Okay? You are going to be, man, if you pack your bag, you are going to be partying. If you did not listen and you didn't do anything, you are going to be jumping bridges. That's what you are going to be doing. And yet, nobody's paying attention when I'm busy here blabbing about it left and right, trying to let you know, hey, those green candles you are so much chasing, you are so much looking for, like lifting your bed up and you lifting the rocks and like chasing them so hard, they are right in front of you. And yet, it is something that most people are not paying attention to, right? Because again, it's it is like you're trying to force a horse to go into the river. Now, when you are trying to tell the horse, hey, you need to drink the water, it's good for you. Nobody's paying attention to it. Right now, yesterday, I made a video about it, which I made a video yesterday. I'm going to get into that in a second. But again, not just Casper. Look at Quant, for example. Okay, we look at Quant. Ain't no way in this world. You see what's happening with the US dollar? There is no way the government is going to let you roam free. It don't matter how you do it, when you do it, and if you do it. There is no way. They are always going to want to know who, when, and how. They want to know. And that is where Quant comes in, because, yeah, most people do not like CBDCs. But unfortunately, that is some part of our economy that has to exist with us. We're going to like it. Whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. Governments are going to control. You see what they're talking about? Oh, stablecoin law and all this and that. Now we're going to have banking do this and that. It is all getting you set up. It is getting you set up for them to control. Now, somebody like me, I don't have nothing to hide. You can look at it as much as you want. I made my money fair and square, right? I don't care. But there are people who will be like, yeah, I don't want to know, I don't want to do this. And that's how you lose the opportunity to make money. Because it is simple for me. I don't know how you think, but me, If you're gonna tax me 20%, I don't give a crap if I made 100x my money. You can take you can take 20% out of it. As a matter of fact, when I look at it, it's like, for example, if I invested $1 and I made $100, for example, and you're telling me 20%, which is $20, is part of the tax, I would gladly give it to you. I don't have a problem with that, because hey, all I put in was $1, and I'm going to walk away with $80, right? But some people are so greedy they don't want to look at it. Now that is where I'm telling you, Quant is going to run. It's going to make you money, because again, you do have it. That one thing, CBDC, is compatible, which I don't see anybody else doing it. This the most famous XRP, the way you are talking about it, XRP is not there. It's not even part of it. It's not even part of it. And that's just one function. Then if you add the other function, which is the overledger, which again, you cannot fund. Everybody's not going to be using Casper, that's for sure. Some people are going to think HBAR is the new norm. Some people are going to call XDC, Stellar Lumen, Luna Classic, you name it. Okay, people are going to call it for the first probably 5 to 10 years, until they realize, like, you know what, it is fucked. I need to be on Casper. But before then, you are going to need things that connect these people together, and that is where the overledger jumps in. We've been here explaining it left and right. That's a function that makes Quant a very, very useful asset for the financial system that we are moving into, right? But nobody pays attention. Somebody tells me, yeah, but it's on Ethereum. It is not like it is a layer 1. It is something that they can switch tomorrow. If they feel like Ethereum is dragging them down, trust me, they're going to jump to the next thing. Maybe Kaspa, maybe wherever they're going to jump. And I can guarantee you right now, I think, on my own personal opinion, that it's going to be on Casper, because when everybody sees what Casper is bringing to the table, everybody and their grandmama is going to want to run onto it. Everybody's going to want to go. But yeah, you see people that are so blind to the truth, they want to tell you something else. Maybe they are just like, I would say, like sheep, right? People just like sheep. They are stuck in that loop. When that loop kind of deviates a little bit, people start jumping off the bridges. That's the issue here. Now, when you start to think about that, you start to also understand something. One, it is not about how popular the chain is. It's not about that, because tech always wins. Always wins. You start to realize that if you don't want to see it, you just have to look at, one, what's happening to Crashilandia? What's happening to Hackylandia? What's happening to the dying one? They are rolling up upgrades here, upgrades there, upgrade. Why? Because they know what's coming. And you, who is not in the dev labs and knowing what they are programming, what they are doing, you are sitting in the dark. You are sitting in the dark. You don't know. All right? So sometimes, like, you look at it again. Other ones that are there, like I said, I do have coins that I also have that are very like high risk, high reward. I told you again, AI is where everybody's going. The hype of the AI is what is making me being cubic, right? Because I know once everybody start to use AI agents, AI whatever, okay, they're gonna start looking for that. They're gonna start looking for coins that deal with it. Everybody's talking about Tau. Man, Tau is good, but I'm not hedging myself into Tau, not yet. I think Tau has another lower to go even more. Then I will probably look at it and see if I want to add some to my portfolio. But Cubic, when you look about risk to reward, I think Cubic will make me more money than Tau. Because if Cubic, let's just say, goes up to $1 billion and I have $100 worth of it in there right now, it's going to be worth more than me trying to put $100 worth of Tau in there right now, and the Tau goes to $1 billion. So yeah, you have to think about that's the way I trade. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. You do you, I'll do me, and God bless America. So yeah, you start seeing that, you start making that kind of move. Terra Classic is another one that I have, another high risk, high reward. Now we do have the lawsuits are coming out. Dirty secrets are coming out. Now we know why Terra Classic crashed. Personally, I already made my money with Terra Classic because that was one of the luckiest thing I ever did. You know, I was trying to get in it when it was new, but it was so expensive. I think I've told you guys here before. And me watching it, trying to get in, I was lucky to catch that drop. Traded the dead cat bounce, made money out of it, closed it. It went lower, and I bought the same money I made from trading that dead cat bounce. I bought it on spot, and I've shown it to you guys here so many times. I have like 80 million of them, but that is not the point. The point here is like the reward, the risk to reward on Terra Classic is very, very high right now, because imagine a situation where John Street or Jen Street, whatever they call them, they are found guilty. Imagine, okay, and the judge says, you know what, you caused all these trillions of tokens to be minted. Now you have to pay for them to get burnt. Imagine a situation like that happens. What do you think will happen to Terra Luna Classic price? That thing will go to $1, $2 or $3 before you can even say hello. That's what would happen, because Terra Luna Classic, they will burn it all the way down to where it was at the moment of the crash, right? It will happen, and then things will look all of a sudden very bright for everybody, because if Terra Luna Classic goes to $1, $2 or $3, I'm a multi-millionaire, right? That's the risk I'm taking. And again, if it goes to zero, it is what it is, right? Right now my stash is worth like what, $4,000 or something like that. I haven't looked at it for a while, but I really don't care. All I'm doing is following the case on the court, so to see how it ends. But anyways, those are examples I'm trying to tell you. When you're looking at kind of things like that, you're supposed to start making sense. It's supposed to make sense to you. You're supposed to ask yourself, how is it going to affect me? I gave you those two examples of Cubic and Terra Luna Classic, which if things go the way, I am going to be very happy. Now, the third one, which we talk about on the coins that I'm buying, is Jasmine. Jasmine, you see exactly where their government is going. They are not even hiding it anymore. They are not even hiding it. They are going 100% into blockchain, and you know how Japan does things. They will support their own native assets first before they support anything that comes from outside. As a matter of fact, that's why Jasmine now have partners. They've been having them for a while. Sony, Philips, all these mega people are getting into it. Then you have the central banks looking into it. Why do you think Jasmine went from being Ethereum chain to trying, maybe they've already launched it, I haven't looked at it, but they've launched their own layer one? Why do you think they did that? It is something, again, for me, maybe the first 3-4 years is not gonna be it's just gonna be the hype of it, okay, which they get integrated into their financial system and blah blah blah. Yeah, it's gonna run. That's what I'm gonna take until they realize, like, you know what, maybe Jasmine is not the same as Casper, and things might change from there. But until then, I'm trying to make as much money with Jasmine as possible. So yeah, Jasmine is another one you have to keep on your radar. And everybody else kept saying like, no, this is gonna be that. Just do not underplay Jasmine. Do not underplay it. Again, the risk to reward is very high, because right now Jasmine was 0.005 something. Imagine Jasmine goes to $1. Just one. Right now, you accumulate as much. Let's say you accumulate 800,000 Jasmine right now, and it goes to $1. For it to go $1, you don't even need to be 100 billion. No, it doesn't. See, those are the things I'm looking at. You're supposed to pay attention to. And yet, anybody and their grandmama looks at me and they say, yeah, this guy is delusional. This way, blah, blah, blah. And I just laugh. I laugh about it because, again, if you look at stuff, the third part is cash. What did I tell you? Accumulate as much cash as possible, because what is happening right now with macroeconomy is going to drop things. Yesterday, for example, Bitcoin was like what, 70,000, 71,000, something like that. Everybody, oh yeah, we are back. We're back, baby. We're doing this and we're doing that. And I told you, nope, not happening. Because you have to look at macroeconomy. You don't understand something, okay? Trumpicius magicius, throwing stones at the Iranicius, okay, close the Strait of Hormuz. In that area, over 20 to 30% of the world oil goes through there, right? And when it happened, what happened is that now the oil price of oil shot up because logistics are much more difficult at the moment. The price shot up, okay? Price shooting up on the oil usually lead to things going more expensive in everything else, like your gas, your natural gas, your car diesel, whatever. They go up, right? That, my friend, leads to inflation. And a lot of people just like not understanding the point. With the higher inflation, the government is not going to print money, because if you have a high inflation and you print money, you are going to lead yourself into hyperinflation. And that is something I don't even know how to explain it anymore. Okay? But people, yeah, Bitcoin has bottom and now we got, guys, fundamentals don't really matter to the government. It don't. I told you, if you can do anything you want to do with the US dollar, with the US. But if you fuck up with the US dollar, you have a problem. Big one, not a small, you have a huge problem. Okay? So when you look at it, you start to understand things. Like, number one, they're not going to print. They're going to try to save the currency. That's what the whole thing is. And now, the Bitcoin price dipping is not going to be a one-day thing. The war is not a one-day thing. Now you're probably going to get other countries get involved. You're going to get a lot of mess up. Shit is going to hit the fan before they can sit down and be like, okay, you know what? I think we've had enough of stone throwing. Let's get this thing under control. And until then, price is going to dump. Unfortunately, Bitcoin is tied to everything else. Because for me, I'm not going to sell my Casper just because Bitcoin is falling. But how many of you have the same mentality? How many? Everybody and their grandmama, they see Bitcoin falling. Oh shit, I'm going to sell my Ethereum. I'm going to sell my Casper. I'm going to sell my Quant. I'm going to sell this and that. That leads to a chain reaction. And that chain reaction is what makes me think like, okay, I think we might see Bitcoin at 50K. If this thing goes on like this, we might see Bitcoin at 50K. And we might see everything else drop. And therefore, that is where the cash that I talk about comes in play. Because let's say, if you are buying S&P 500 like I'm doing, if it drops, I want to have cash to buy it. Google, if Google drops, who is this? If Google drops, I want to have cash to buy Google. You understand? There are some other stocks I want to buy if they drop. But you do not want to sit there not having cash, not having anything when the market drops. Because, hey, that will be an opportunity that you can never get back until probably another 20 or 30 years. It's generational wealth. It is happening right in front of you. And now you can sit there and cry about it, and you can sit there and do something about it. Don't blame nobody. Because again, time will come when everybody and their grandmama is buying those Lambos. Nobody will ever remember that these red days happen. You won't. Okay, everybody looking at it, and I keep telling you, just 10,000 Caspers. The minimum, 10,000 Caspers. Accumulate as much as possible, but nobody pays attention to it. Because the other day, the other guy was like, well, Casper cannot do this. This is not going to happen. And I said, the same thing I usually say. Close your eyes, okay? Remove the Casper logo. Replace it with Bitcoin logo. If Bitcoin was doing exactly what Casper is doing at the moment, I'm not talking about when the development is complete and everything is done. Just at the moment, what do you think the Bitcoin price would have been doing? That's exactly like people just sit there and spew things out of their mouth without even thinking. He kept quiet. He didn't reply back. And I said, exactly. That's what I meant. Now imagine when adoption begins, which again is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. When adoption of Casper begins, that thing is going to be on a wildfire. That's what is going to happen. But oh well, it is up to you, right? You want to sit there and cry about it, you can do you. I will do me, and God will bless America. Okay. Anyways, let's go right quick. Let's go look at the market. Let's see how the market has been performing for the past 24 hours. Let's see here. For example, if you look at crypto bubbles, see, I told you yesterday was on the hourly. That's where we started, right? Now we're looking at the daily. What do you see? Everything is well, it is up to you, right? It's your money. You do you, I'll do me. First, we start with King Casper. We got here KAS. For the past hour, she's laying flat, not moving. 2.5% down on the day, 1.8% up on the week, 4.2% down on the month, 66.7% down on the year, sitting at the market cap of $800.24 million and a 24 hours volume traded at $14.69 million. Okay, now we go to the next one, which is going to be our good friend Quant, the banker's coin, and the coin a lot of people love to hate. Like I told you, see, now we're sitting here. It's at 0.9% down the last hour, 3.6% down on the day, 1.4% down on the week, 9.1% down on the month, and 38.1% down on the year, sitting at a market cap of $900.45 million and a 24 hours volume traded at $12.20 million. Now we go look at Cubic, okay? High risk, high reward. What do we have going on? Laying flat the last hour, 4.5% down on the day, 3.6% up on the week, 4.1% down on the month, and 68% down on the year, sitting at the market cap of $64.07 million and a 24 hours volume traded at $1.58 million. Okay, now we go look at the Japanese Bitcoin. Let's see what Jasmine is up to today. Let's see. 0.4% up in the last hour, 2.3% down on the day, 3.6% down on the week, 5% down on the month, 73.4% down on the year, sitting at the market cap of $268.79 million and a 24 hours volume traded at $24.06 million. See, now we go look at Jonathan's pet Toro, which I call the orange guy, and he calls it the Bitcoin. Let's see, 1.3% up in the last hour, okay, 2.5% down on the day, 5.6% up on the week, 12.7% down on the month, and 27.9% down on the year. Okay, sitting at a market cap of $1.35 trillion and a 24 hours volume traded at $56.86 billion. Okay, you see, that's what I've been telling you. Just look at the entire market. You don't even have to go far. Look at it. Things are not going to get better anytime soon until the issue with the macroeconomy and people throwing stones at each other is gone. Once they settle that, then yeah, maybe the market will start to see something. But yeah, so far, it is what it is, okay? Now, if you go and look at prices in details, we do have trading view right quick. Okay, now, what do you see? S&P 500 going down. Like I told you, you need the cash, right? S&P 500 dropping. We do have the Dixie doing great, of course. What do you think? Like I told you, it's all about a dollar. Why do you think they are throwing stones? It's all about a dollar. But hey, the correlation is what we're interested into. You see Dixie going up and Bitcoin dropping. Okay, so things are, yeah, the way we want it to go. So now we look at the, first of all, the charts, right? Oh, come on, look at the chart. Now, like I told you guys yesterday about King Kaspa, I said it is not time yet, right? We had sell signal, and we also have it just a moment ago. As you guys can see, the ribbon is about to turn red, right? We still have the moving average sloping downwards, okay? And let me zoom it in a second more so you can see it. See right there, we do have a sell signal with MACD bearish. So yeah, that should tell you, like I said yesterday, it's not time yet, right? If you go on to the 4 hourly, we see the same thing. The same thing, nothing changes. Like I told you yesterday, we have the moving average trending downwards, the ribbon red trending downwards. MACD, as you guys can see, has flipped red, and you can also see that we have a buy signal, a sell signal right there, right? The same thing, nothing changes. You look at it on the daily, even worse is gonna be, okay? MACD is about to flip from green to white, and when it does, my friend, that is a gobbling time moment, right? You also have it right here, moving average trending downwards. You have the ribbon red. Everything is pointing out just like I told you. So for me, when I look at this kind of stuff, just look at the markets, okay? Macroeconomy is doing its thing. Anything under 10 cents is nothing but noise. People are going to swing trade. People are going to day trade. It is okay. We are still into this bullish falling wage. That's what we're still into. So yeah, let's just watch and see. Let's see how things play out from here, right? Anyways, above 10 cents, we do have 15 cents. When we get above that, we are going to see 18 cents, then all-time high. And before you know it, we will be jumping into price discovery, right? Now, let's go look at Quant right quick. Let's see, QNT. What is my good friend Quant? QNT. Quant right there. Okay, Quant is the same thing. You remember yesterday I was telling you Quant is just jumping into this structure. And if Bitcoin breaks down lower, Quant is going to break below the structure. So far, all we are doing is just testing the support. That's what we are doing, okay? MACD red, moving average going down. You see the ribbon red. So my friend, everything is still telling you we're still going to gobbling town. Let's just watch what Bitcoin is doing, right? Nothing has changed. Now if you look at it on the 4 hourly, it's even confirming more. You see MACD now went from green to red. We still have the same thing, moving average down. We still have the same thing, and we have the moving ribbon red. Price is also testing that support, which again, you guys already know. As many times as we test the support, it is going to break. And don't even forget it. Look at that. We have a buy signal, a sell signal right there already. So yeah, price is dropping, and I try to warn you, right? That's why if you look at it, no matter how you do, if the lower time frames are looking bad, the higher time frames are also going to look bad. So you look at it right now, you see it, right? We're dropping. That's why for me, when you start thinking about it, I say, when you start looking at, first of all, the pricing system, anything under $125 is nothing but noise. Accumulating time, it's time for you to load your bag, right? Above that is 151. Once we cross it, 176, which will leave us would lead us to 230. We break that, it's going to be all-time high, which was around $400, and then we head into price discovery. Anybody in the grandmama is not paying attention to that, because one, they are looking for Bitcoin, and I keep telling you, Bitcoin is not going to pump, not anytime soon. And this is Bitcoin, as you see. I told you, this thing has to go back down to price targets, as you guys can see on the weekly, or even on the hourly. Okay, if you start on the hourly, what do you see? It is going back down to retest the previous support. Okay, right there, the previous support at 65. If it breaks it, shit, you are gonna understand something. Right now we're being supported by the moving average, but hey, there is a sell signal here, like I showed you guys yesterday, and that led to this price bleeding. Okay, so unfortunately it's gonna drop. That is the unfortunate part of this. Okay, but no matter how you look at it, even if you try to go on the 4 hourly, again, see, on the 4 hourly, we already have that sell signal right there. Okay, we already have it, and we also already see MACD has flipped to red. You already seen it, right? Therefore, you can also see the ribbon is still green, but it looks like it is curving, right? It has started to go down. Before you know, it's going to turn red. So things are playing out just like I told you. For me, there is no point of wasting time trying to TA. It is no point. Okay, things are playing out just like I told you. But anyways, now if you want to go to compare things even better, go look at gold. Look at gold. When you look at gold, it's even gonna make more sense, because on gold, look at it, this is on the daily. Okay, we've got that sell signal. See, we've got the sell signal on gold. This is the daily. And if you can zoom out, okay, that's another thing I want to show you. Zoom it out. Do not get stuck. Zoom out. Okay, right now gold corrected from 5,600 or something like that, where it was, all the way back down to 5,100. It is struggling to head up there because, again, when you look at the entire structure, gold is a parabola. It's basically going up straight. And this, my friends, usually be something very dangerous. And well, you will learn. I'm telling you, you will learn, you will find out. And once this thing crashes, it's going to be the mother of all crashes. And that's the only thing holding it up right now. Because I'm telling you, if we come out tomorrow, okay, and Trump issue says, you know what, yeah, now Iran is cool and this and that, things are somewhat under control, you're about to see gold drop. Okay, it's going to go even lower than that. I told you, stock market will still have like 10% left for the pump before things start hitting the fan. The world economy, go look at those countries. Go look at countries' economies. They will tell you the real story on what's going on, right? So the things are happening. You have to watch. Now is the time for you to accumulate that generational wealth. It's not when I say. You have to look at things yourself, okay? Anyways, guys, well, now let's go right quick. Let's go look at the positions, because we are scalping, right? I told you I put my mouth where my money is. I'm scalping the market. So you do you. But before we do that, guys, please do not get into leverage trading if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, you need to have experience. And how do you get experience? First, down below I do have the links: Bydfi, Phemex, Wix, Margex. Those links are down below. I also have Acorns, which I use to show my son how to trade on the stock market, and also ETFs and stuff like that. The first 4 links before that I mentioned, follow those links, sign up, meet their deposit requirements. Once you do, they're going to give you free money. You get the free money, take $20 and practice. If you don't practice, my friend, you are going to be the mayor of Rec City. You need to practice. If you can turn 20 into 40, 40 into $60, 60 into 80, and so on and so forth, then you're ready. But if you still cannot do it, keep on practicing. Or even better, stay away from leverage trading and just buy your coins on spot. It's that simple. Okay, the same. Now for Acorn, you can sign up using that link, but you don't need to meet no deposit requirements. All you have to do is sign up, and you will get to $5. $5 is not enough, but hey, it's a way to start your journey into investment world, right? Anyways, now let's go right quick. Let's go look at them. Let's see, because again, like, if you get wrecked, don't say I didn't warn you, okay? But anyway, let's go look at my positions. We're gonna start with Phemex. You guys already know, like I told you, I was shorting the entire market. I was shorting the way things are going. But yeah, we have here, I'm shorting Bitcoin, and Bitcoin right now I'm still sitting at $120, which is the total profit. It's all right. I'm shorting Jasmine, $171. Like I said, I am swing trading them, like swinging them all around. If I get a buy signal, I enter a long, I get a sell signal, I enter a short, and things like that. But okay, and even my Casper is still sitting at $421 in profits. But yeah, everybody's looking at it, and I keep telling you, got to pay attention. Okay, so far you're looking at here, okay, Bitcoin will drop from $70,000 yesterday. It is sitting at $67,000 today. And if you can see in my chart, I had a sell signal. That's why I enter a little amount. It's not much. I think it's about $100 or something like that at 50x. That's what I entered. So price is still dropping. one thing again, do not get fooled by this kind of candles. Don't get fooled by them. It is where you're about to find out yourself. Okay, so far things are playing out the way I anticipated. That's why my trades, they are doing okay by now, right? They're doing good. So I'm just going to watch the markets, keep scalping, keep making sure I have that cash. Like I said, I'm going to need it, right? Now we go to the next one, which is going to be on wicks. Right here I'm only trading King Caspa on this one. Okay, oh yeah, I forgot to show it. Overall here it's sitting at $1,200. You guys remember yesterday it was sitting at $700, right? But $1,200 today. But anyways, now we go to wicks. It's sitting at $1,000, doing great. And then we look at the positions, because again I'm still swinging it. Okay, so I'm sitting right now at $563, which is not a bad deal. Once I get a buy signal, then I will close it, try to long it to the upside, and that's swinging left and right. That's what we're doing. Anyways, now let's go look at my son's Acorn right quick. This morning, let's see how we got up there. And he's sitting at 927. Okay, it went down. So yeah, guys, let's try to follow the link. That helps the channel out. But anyways, it went down. We were at 950, but it was 927. And you should have seen him panicking, losing $30. Which I'm trying to tell him, hey, it's normal. It's a normal thing, okay? You just have to keep consistent. Don't give up. But anyways, now you can see it's still up 1.94%. You guys remember we were up like 4-5%. Now 1.94 because of what is going on, right? If you look at the stocks and ETFs on the S&P 500 VOO, we are $437. Medium companies IJH $51. Small companies IJR $25. And then you have international companies which are sitting at $232. Not bad, right? Now, on the bonds and the ETFs, we do have short-term bonds, ISTB, sitting at $53, and we do have the U.S. aggregate bonds, AGG, sitting at $126. So, yeah, he's doing pretty good. I'm really impressed because, like, for his age, he's doing actually better than what where I was at 9 years old, which, again, to be honest, I didn't have a clue about what stock market looked like. But anyways, that's why I'm here, teaching him things I didn't know when I was his age, hoping that when he's old enough, his bank account could look way better than mine. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. Like I said, be careful with the market. We are still scalping, right? You do you, I'll do me, and God will bless America, okay? Like I said, thank you so much for being part of this My Millionaire journey. And please don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to make it to 5,000 subscribers, okay? Don't forget to like. It just takes you a second to click the like button. And also don't forget to share so that other millionaire-minded attitude like you and yours truly, we can see these videos, okay? Drop me a nice comment. If you have nothing nice to say, man, just keep on strolling. Don't be a party pooper, you know. Don't be somebody who is just going to be making life miserable for everybody, okay? So please just try to be positive. That's all I ask for. So anyways, guys, again, until I see you in my next one, please take very good care of yourselves, okay? Bye bye.